Hey there, hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm Raamon Newman. In this video, I'm going to talk about this hidden conflict that exists in most leaders and in most people actually between ego, stress, and rest. Now, we all have an ego. We all want to experience and accomplish what we want, and that's the role of the ego to really support us in doing that. At the same time, sometimes when that is running the show too much and we're overly attached to what we want to experience and what we want to achieve, and we compromise this value of rest that enables us to really function at our best, most optimal, coherent level, then we can cause stress, which can obviously cause a lot of problems. Stress makes us feel agitated, aggravated, it makes us not clear, tired, stressed, fatigued, and we're not in a great state to make great decisions and respond to things in the best way possible. So one of our clients we've been working with for quite some time now, this is a few years ago, and he was making fantastic strides in achieving and progressing, and we thought it was great and thought it was great. He was really fulfilling what his ego wanted to experience and accomplish. At the same time, we realized that when you are in a position of significant responsibility for growth and progress, then you can also absorb a lot of stress. You can create stress in yourself, you can absorb stress from others, and that is obviously not a healthy thing. And so we would tell him about this, just regularly remind him, hey, look, it's great that you're achieving and progressing, but at the same time, you really got to take care of your health. And he would hear this, he would understand it, he would feel it, he would know it, he was experiencing that, but he would never really do anything about it. So unfortunately, he had to have a stroke. Now, this wasn't a massive, massive stroke, but it was a very significant stroke that was a real wake-up call for him. And fortunately, we were able to help him bounce back very quickly to close to 100% of his coordination again, and he's very, very fortunate. Because we do understand that deep process of purification, having been, my business partner and I, full-time meditating monks, and having done over 70,000 hours combined of that deep silence and purification that goes on at those deeper levels, we were able to give him that knowledge and technologies and techniques to help him bounce back. So this is what happens when sometimes we're allowing our ego to really run the show, and it's in control of us rather than us being in control of it. And so the balancing factor so that we don't accumulate stress and have those sort of health complications is getting good quality rest. And obviously getting good rest at night, that's when the best time to get rest is, ideally before 10, sleeping before 10, and between 10 and 2 is actually the ideal time to be resting, to be sleeping, because there's a lot of rejuvenative processes that go on then that helps your brain kind of reconfigurate and recuperate and readjust to what you've experienced that day. Obviously metabolize whatever you've taken in that day. So that really happens between 10 and 2. So if you're not resting during those times, then you're actually missing out and you're not going to feel as good the next day in general. And that's very important. At the same time, sometimes when you are involved in a big project or have a lot of responsibility, then you need even deeper rest, even deeper quality rest. And sometimes sleep can only get rid of the superficial values, and you need to get or experience deeper rest to get rid of those deeper stresses and tirednesses that not even sleep can get rid of. And so if you're interested in a way to do that, then just direct message me and we can start a conversation about that. And another experience we had with a CEO running a very, very significant division of one of the biggest companies in the world is that he realized that his role in his industry was having a very adverse effect on not only his health, but also the health of his family. And even though he wanted to be in that role of responsibility, and he was very good at that, he's considered one of the best CEOs that there is, he still realized that something needed to change in order to him to protect himself and his family in the process. So we help him transition to something better. And this is the thing we have to be awake about as leaders, is that we have to either be aware of this ourselves, or we have that wise counsel around us that is able to understand when maybe you're just too attached to what your ego wants to experience versus getting that quality rest so that you're not stressed. So this is something I think has been lost a little bit from modern leadership these days. In ancient past, there was You know, the kings often had wise counsel, wise men, wise sages that understood the deeper mechanics of psychology and physiology and mastery over the mind and the emotions and the ego, so that you're able to be in the best state to make great decisions for yourself and the domain that you have. So I encourage you to find those people that you feel resonate with them, they resonate with you, that really have that deeper understanding. I know from our own experience, having been athletes, having been full-time meditating monks, having worked 40,000 hours with top executives around the world, we have a good take on that. Maybe we're not your cup of tea, but I encourage you to find that wise counsel, that people you can bounce things off, and not only with your personal life, but also how that integrates with your professional life, and then you can be the best leader that you can possibly be. So that's my input for today. Let me know any questions, any comments. I'd love to hear them.